Thank you. Well, sometimes you turn a frown upside down and make the best of a bad situation. On my way home, traffic was a nightmare because, there's a little bit of snow on the ground, so all of these Ohio folks don't know how to drive all of a sudden. But Katrina was on her way as well home, so we decided that instead of getting stuck in traffic, we'd just make it a dinner night. So we swung out to the little Applebee's around the corner on the way home for both of us. Grabbed ourselves a little bit of good food in the neighborhood. Do they even still have that? Yeah, neighborhood bar and grill. That's still the thing, right? Anyway, that's what it's all about. Take an opportunity, and maybe that's not a good thing, and turn it into a good thing. Now, that's not really what this channel is about, but of course, while we were here, we took very good care of our wait staff. A young gentleman was doing very, very, very good service for us, so we gave him a little extra. It's really what this channel is all about. And I know that I keep on talking about the fact that it's me giving extra money to my wait staff or somebody in the services industry, but it's an easy opportunity for me because I always eat out. Like every meal, I basically eat out. We don't typically have a lot of really good home scheduling between Katrina and I, so it's very difficult for us to go buy a bunch of money or spend a bunch of money on groceries and then eat at home. So we end up eating out a lot, often, which gives us an opportunity to talk to a lot of folks in the server industry. And when you're talking about people that are in need, that are trying, but may need a little extra, a lot of those people work in the services industry. A lot of these people don't make real good money, but they're showing up for work every single day. One of the pushbacks a lot of people will give is, well, I don't want to give away money. I'm going to give them to somebody that's homeless or doesn't have a job or whatever the case may be, and they've got a hang-up about that. Well, okay, that's your own personal hang-up. I get that. But the people that are working, they're working. They're here. They might need a little extra help. So do what you can. Give them a little extra. Fortunately, I'm in a position where I can do that, and I'm going to do that every single time I get a chance, especially if I get real good service. Or if I can tell that somebody's kind of in a bad day. You walk into a restaurant, actually even today, technically, let's talk about this twice. Today at lunch, I went out to my favorite Chinese food restaurant. It's right around the corner from the shop. Nice little place. It's not cheap Chinese food, but it's good Chinese food. And I walked in at 12:15, 12:30. There were like 4 tables in the entire place. My waiter only had one. But he knew what I wanted as soon as I walked in the door. Iced tea, fried rice, no vegetables. 30 seconds later, I had an iced tea and a pitcher of iced tea on my table. Because he knows what I like. He knows what I want. He checked on me throughout the entire thing, make sure I didn't need anything. I'm not asking for the moon. I'm not asking for you to pull my chair out for me and say, thank you, sir, and this, that, and the other thing. I'm not asking for anything like that, but that personalized service, that attention to detail, and competent work, I appreciate that. So, give them a little extra, that's the whole thing with the American tipping culture, right? The idea is you're going to show your appreciation for a job well done through a tip. That's the whole point of that whole process. Now, Europe is a whole different situation. Europe, they pay their people better. The price of food may be more, but they pay their people better. So those folks that are working in the services industry aren't necessarily forced to live off of the goodwill of others and tips. But if you end up in a situation where you're in a European country and you leave a tip, it's actually kind of weird. Now, you can do it, but it is a little bit weird, and it's certainly not expected. Which for Americans traveling abroad, especially if it's your first time in Europe, is kind of a culture shock. Like, don't I need to tip the waiter? No, the waiter gets paid a fair wage so they can, live a decent life. I don't know. American culture versus European culture, I guess. Anyway, welcome to Good Things for Good People, the little tiny YouTube channel with great big dreams of changing the world for good. This is the kind of what this channel is all about. To be honest with you, at this point in time, what we're really trying to do is we're trying to grow the channel, and we're trying to encourage positivity and helping each other out. philanthropy, charity, good deeds, random acts of kindness, whatever you want to call it. That's what this channel is all about. Is we're trying to build a community around that sort of behavior. Unfortunately, YouTube and social media in general is not usually the most positive place. It typically tends to be more about spreading negativity and, I would be honest to say, a little bit of greed, a little bit of self-centeredness. It's all about me. You know, this channel is not about me. Yes, you see me on the thumbnails on every single thing, pretty much. Yes, it is being driven at this point in time by what I do and the things that I'm able to accomplish and the money that I spend. Yes, but that's for a couple of reasons. One, the channel is not monetized yet, so we're not making money off YouTube. We're growing, we're getting there, but we're not anywhere close yet. So we're not making any money from YouTube. So yes, this is specifically me that's doing this. Two, I do have a rather recognizable face and image. This, a lot of people recognize. Whether or not you recognize me from events or other YouTube channels or whatever, it's building a brand. And if that brand at the moment has to be me and my face and my beard, it is what it is. You know, YouTube is tricky. There's a lot of really big challenging things in YouTube land. And one of them is building brand recognition. Building a brand, building an image is really, really, really important. Now, whether that's making a thumbnail in a certain design every single time, or a face, or a car, or a thing, something that could be on that image all the time, it helps people to see and have continuity of a video process, right? Most of your big YouTube channels, you can recognize the thumbnails across, even if you don't see the titling, or you don't see the name of the account that posted it, you can see in the thumbnail something you're going to recognize as that creator. Whether it's the style or whatever it is, you're going to see that and be like, oh, that's XYZ channel, that's their new video, I should click on it. So that's why you're seeing my face on all of these things. It's because it's brand recognition. At this point in time, where we've got lofty dreams, but we're still working on the ground floor of this whole process. Ideally, we're going to get to that point where we're able to do big things, and we're able to do a lot of stuff that's going to be, you know, driven by the content because of what we're bringing in, what we're generating revenue-wise. I don't know when that process is going to be. I don't know when that time is going to be. So until such time, I've got to be being the one that drives the content, right? And unfortunately, this is a little bit of a tricky phase because YouTube still has no idea what we're doing, has no idea who watches this stuff. So, you know, we're trying to grow, but we're growing a little slow. And it can take a year. It can take 2 years. A lot of YouTube channels, you know, it takes a really long time to get that point of monetization. Some people get lucky and one of these videos goes, you know, mini viral and it gets 5,000 views and I get enough watch minutes to be able to monetize the channel and the channel gets enough subscribers and bing, there you go. I hope that happens. Maybe. I don't know. But until such time, we got to do the grunt work. You know, got to keep the head down, keep the legs pumping and get there. You know, that's how it works. So for those of you who have been here before, I appreciate you coming back. Thank you very much. For those of you who are brand new to the channel, thanks for clicking on it. I'm glad you came. This is a brand new project here, and I'm really hoping we've got a lot of lofty goals. I think it's going to be successful. Fortunately, I don't give up very easily, so we're going to make it succeed. It's just a matter of when. Now, if you're a like-minded person and you think this has an interesting, an interesting idea for you, something you could get behind, and you could maybe stop by and check out a video every day or so, click on the subscribe button. We'd love to have you. I try to keep these videos between 10 and 15 minutes a piece. Sometimes I do get a little bit long-winded if I've got a lot to talk about. But that's what we're at this point. Here soon, we will be able to do things about other things than me going out patting my belly and taking care of serving staff. I promise. We'll get there. Now, one thing I do want to address tonight before I let you all go, I don't want to do analytics today because it's a little weird of a day as far as analytics go. We're growing, but it's a weird day. What I do want to talk about real quick before I let you go is I saw this come up in a conversation, I think it was last night, about somebody who kind of is into the idea. They like the idea of doing good things for people. They like doing good deeds for people. They like all that stuff, but they don't like the praise or calling out to it. I don't know exactly how the phrasing was, but essentially the theme of the comment was, I will like to do good things for people and charity and that kind of stuff without calling attention to it. And I totally get your point. I do totally get your point. And this actually is something that kind of drives me nuts as well, though you might not realize that. I don't like people who do charity for the attaboys and for the pat on the back and for the public relations side of things. You know, if you're doing good deeds for people, you should be doing good deeds for people because they deserve it and because you're a good person. You shouldn't be doing it because everybody's going to think you're a good person. You shouldn't be doing it because it's going to make your brand look better. You shouldn't be doing it because it's a tax write-off. You shouldn't be doing it for a number of reasons. The reason you should be doing it is because it is a good deed and because somebody needed you to be able to do that, and you are in the position and the ability to be able to do that at that point in time. That's why you should be doing good deeds. The people that do it to be able to draw attention to themselves, I'm going to say maybe 90% of the time, are generally pretty crappy people. But they like to pretend, and they like to wrap themselves in that nice wool blanket of, I did good things for good people today. Well, yeah, but you did them kind of for a selfish reason. And that's, in my world, kind of worse than not even helping somebody. Now, I'm glad you did. I'm glad whoever it is benefited from what you did. But I also understand that you did not do it selflessly. You did it for a specific reason that's largely for you, not for the person you did it for. Especially when you put a camera in that person's face. Oh, thank you so much for what you did, and here's $5, $10, $20. Oh, thank you so much. I can feed my kids, or blah, blah, blah. I can pay my whatever. That's why I don't put my camera in anybody's faces. That's why I don't want to bring those people on, and I don't want to force people to talk about their bad situation that they're in, and I don't want to use people like that. People that are in need of charity or that need help, I don't want to use them for... No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't want to do that. And I can get why you would see some of that from this, that maybe I'm trying to use this to improve my own self-image, but I'll let you in on a secret. I already have a pretty high opinion of myself. I'll be very honest about that. I have a pretty high opinion of myself. I know I'm a good person. I don't need the internet to tell me that I'm a good person. I don't need 500 people patting me on the back and giving me attaboys. I don't care. I could be doing the same thing without my camera in my face. I do this with the same thing, without a camera in my face. This is how I am all day long, every day. Why I'm doing this is to encourage other people to become like that. To keep an eye out for those opportunities. To think about those things when they're out and about, they're shopping, they're getting gas, they're going to dinner, whatever. They're at work. You are constantly surrounded by opportunities to do good things for people. You're constantly surrounded by it. You probably just don't realize it. You're not necessarily looking for it. But when you open your eyes and you start looking around and you start thinking about it in this kind of mindset, those opportunities, maybe you'll take advantage of those opportunities. Maybe you'll act on one of those opportunities that you wouldn't have acted on before because you saw me do something like that. Or maybe somebody that I talk to on camera if I get to that point, That's the reason I'm doing this. That's the reason I'm trying to film these kinds of things and try to encourage people and to try to spread the positivity message. That's why this channel exists. That's why I'm doing this. It's not for my own grandiose needs of praise. I don't care. It's not for me. And I'm not going to, and I've mentioned this in a lot of the early videos, I really don't want to put people on camera and walk up to somebody and hand them $20 with my phone, with my camera on, or with somebody filming, to get that tearful reaction to, hey, I helped you. I don't like that. Matter of fact, I rather hate that. And I'm going to do my damnedest to not do anything like that on this channel. That's not what this is for. So I hope that makes sense. I didn't take offense by the post or anything. I just wanted to clarify that. Anybody who has questions about any of that kind of stuff, please ask. I mean, make a comment. If you want to make a comment that may even come off as rude or disrespectful or whatever, that's fine. Ask me a question, make a comment. We can have a conversation about it. Through this entire thing and all of my previous videos and why I show all the analytics is because I want this to all be really transparent. I want you guys to believe in what I'm doing. I want you to believe in what we're doing. This is a team effort. This is not just a me thing. If it was just me out here doing this, that's fine. At least I'm making an impact. But we can grow this thing into something where we can have an enormous impact simply by having people watching these videos. Simply by generating revenue off of videos of random acts of kindness and stuff can generate revenue that means we can spend that money on doing good things for good people. That's it. That's the whole thing. But we've got to have people here. We've got to have people watching these videos. We've got to have the message expanding. We've got to grow the team, get more people on board. Because the more people we get on board, the faster we grow. The more videos that people watch, the faster we grow. The faster we grow, the more money we can make, and the faster we can make it. The more impact we can make on the world around us. That's it. Make sense? All right, folks. I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, this is not scripted. This is unedited. This is just off the cuff, reality, honesty, how it goes. And my right hand is freezing. I also have selfie shoulder, which is one of the least manly things I've ever said in my entire life. And I can't believe that that's my current level of injury. Ugh. Embarrassing. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this much time with me. I really do appreciate it. You guys are all amazing. I'm so proud of us and what we're doing. I'm so proud of the team as we're growing. I'm super excited about where we've got going in the future. I know we're going to have a great, great, great future together. We're going to do amazing things. I know we are. We just got to keep walking the path, and I'll be right up there in the front with flashlight, leading the way. All right, folks. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz if you haven't already. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.